Chris Mars, single artist, solo artist. And is it horrible to always be said, always have it said, formerly of the Replacements?
I'm getting used to it. I mean, no, I don't mind it. I mean, I'm proud of what happened with that band.
Yeah.
You know, up to a certain point. So, you know, I get asked, of course, a lot of people are curious.
Yeah.
But, you know, it gets a little boring after a while because I want to talk about what I'm doing now. But I mean, it's all right. I figure this time around with the record, I'll talk about it, and then next time, hopefully, I won't get asked so much.
We won't talk about it.
But I mean, no, it's been really good actually. I mean, people have, you know, they ask a few things about the Replacements first, and then they go on and ask me about my stuff. So it's
I'll ask you about your
fun.
stuff first, and then Replacement stuff later.
Okay, all right.
If you guys have a question, give us a call at 714-977-KDOC. And while I have this moment with you, I want to let you know that next week I've got lots of people filling in for me. Kevin and Bean from K-Rock, as well as John Frost, Rachel Donahue from Mars, Dangerous Darren from KNAC, and Joe, the bass player from the Vandals, will be filling in for me whilst I am way gone. If you're caller number 18 to 714-977-KDOC, you get a Chris Mars Horseshoes and Hand Grenades CD, which would look an awful lot like this. And this is one of those things I've been telling you guys for a long time, and I've only done this with maybe 2 or 3 other CDs ever in my lifetime. Please go buy this. It's really, there's not a bad song on here. Was any of this cathartic for you to write it? Because through the whole thing, it sounds like there's little messages that are being sent here and there.
I think for the most part, I mean, there's a lot of some of the things I was writing at the time, or most of the stuff was written after I was out of the band. So I think, you know, obviously there's going to be some underlying feelings attached to, you know, I was fired from the band, but it's not in a bitter way. I think it's more like in a general sense, you know, but definitely some of those feelings come across, I think, on the record. But it's not like attacking any one person. It's more attacking sort of an idea or a social commentary on, you know, like, say, Popular Creeps in general. I mean, I think about high school when I think of that. So it's more generalized than anything else, yeah.
What you bring up being fired from the band, is that strange? I mean, obviously it's not a real amicable way to part.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. The band was in a very volatile state at that time, so you know, something was going to happen. I was going to get kicked out, someone else was going to get kicked out, or the band was just going to dissolve, which they basically did, you know, 6 months later. So it was coming to a head where it ran its course, and, you know, it was a logical step, I guess they thought. So
there's a certain irony to your solo album coming out before.
I'm glad I got fired. So, you know, otherwise, yeah, right. Otherwise,
well, in that case, I am too. So there. We've got to watch some videos again. If you have a question, 714-977-KDOC. We're going to get things started off with the brand new Rollins Band video. It's Tearing from Michael in Hollywood. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing for him, actually, because you know.
I have this, like, big poster in my room.
As my face turns crimson.
That's okay. That's okay. He was like, I forget it. Go on.
Yeah, I want to ask, what's your favorite song on the album, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades?
I go back and forth between, I think, Before It Began, and I like Monkey Sees a lot, I think. Those two, probably. Yeah.
Monkey Sees, you just did a video for it.
Yeah, Monkey Sees. I just got done shooting in Minneapolis for 3 days, and I got a real good feeling about it. I think it's going to turn out good, and that will be the next single coming up.
On the album, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, you played just about everything except for bass.
Right.
Okay, so why didn't you play bass?
Strings are too fat.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I just never got the swing of that. I never had any incentive to play it. I just picked, if I wanted to play guitar, I picked up a guitar rather than the bass, so it was something I was not confident in at all, so.
Yeah,
let someone else handle that.
I'm not very good at that either.
Yeah.
Right, like I could do anything. We've got, Alicia, you wanted to request a video?
Yeah, Popular Creeps.
Well, it's very fitting. Okay.
Isn't it so cute?
Good timing.
That's very cool. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless for you. I was reading an article about you that when you were sort of talking about Popular Creeps, you're saying you were kind of a bad kid and hung around with a bad group and kind of got into trouble. Was that eventually sort of beneficial to you?
I don't know. I think about high school now. I mean, I missed a lot of it. I think I probably have the extent of my education is probably 8th grade. I think as soon as I got into high school, I took a dive. So I wasn't a nerd, and I didn't hang around. You know, I wasn't a popular kid. I kind of fell between the cracks when, you know, kids getting into trouble and cutting class and stuff like that. So that's kind of what that song feels about for me.
Well,
what else can I say?
There you go. Actually, so that would be a perfect segue right into the video. Thank you. If you're caller number 14 to 714-977 KDOC, you get tickets to see the beautiful South at the Coach House on June 21st. Coming up, you will see Concrete Blonde someday for Frank in Los Angeles, but right now here is Chris Marr's Popular Creeps for Alicia in Huntington Beach. Hi, welcome back to Request Video. Oh, we heard some of it. We heard some of the Horseshoes and Hand Grenades CD, which we're here to talk about with Chris Marrs, who is the solo artist, formerly of nothing, because this is his whole new,
What
new
was
era
that band
for you.
name?
I don't remember. I don't know. Anyway, if you're caller 17 or 18, you each get a pair of tickets to see Joyride and Silver Train tomorrow night at Bogart's in Long Beach. You must be 21 or over. And we've got instant requests and questions and all kinds of fun stuff on the phones. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, what do you want to see?
Hi, I'd like to see some Bark Market, The Grinder.
Okay, we'll play that for you. Did you see them open for KMFDM the other night?
Yeah, I did.
Good show?
Yeah, it was really good. They had some sound problems, but other than that, it was a good show.
Yeah, well. Okay, thanks for your request. We appreciate it. And let's go to line 1. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I have some comments and questions for Chris.
What's your question?
Well, I was thinking of doing the same thing what you did as far as like recording all the instruments yourself and writing your own songs, all the parts. Everything sounds really great. You sound like you know your way around your instruments all real well.
Thanks.
How do you go about finding somebody that wants to do exactly what you did?
You mean someone to help me in the studio, or?
Well, to play live. I mean, being that you recorded everything except the bass, you know. So
Right.
you go and find a drummer and maybe another guitar player or something like that. How do you find someone that's going to want to do what you're doing, and how do you find someone with that kind of chemistry that you can gel with?
That's a good question. I haven't even tried that yet on this. I mean, I just recorded this and I haven't played out anywhere, so that's something I have yet to do. There's a lot of in Minneapolis is pretty jumping town. There's a couple people I have in mind there if I want to get a band together. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't answer it. I haven't tried that yet.
So don't send your tapes to me thinking I'm going to pass them along, because, Minneapolis. Golden Smog.
Yeah.
The side project that has been going on with guys from Run West You Run and
Soul Asylum, Jayhawks.
Jayhawks. The CD5, a friend of mine sent me a copy of it, and I think it's really cool. But you were saying that might not be something that lasts a whole lot longer.
Yeah, I mean, we all got together. I had just gotten fired from the band, and Danny called me up, and he needed some extra money, and so it was just one of those things we wanted to get together and have a couple gigs. And it turned into more of a thing than we anticipated. So we ended up like recording a CD, and then the label was talking about a tour, and so we all kind of just decided that it was turning into too much of a real thing. It was intended to be a joke, so I think we're maybe going to play one more gig in Minneapolis and then call it quits, or change our name, or do something else.
The name of it, this is going to come completely from left field, but Golden Smog, there was a Flintstones episode where it was, Fred Flintstone and his Golden Smog, or is the Golden Smog. Is that where it came from?
Yep, that's what it is. I think Golden Smog.
I'm so happy that I know that.
Yeah, you guessed it. Golden Smog. He was a nightclub performer on the Flintstones. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
That's so. You guys don't know how happy I am that I know that. See, watching cartoons all these years has really paid off. Am I supposed to go to line 2, Teddy Bubala? Yeah, let's go to line 2. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Are you impressed that I knew that? The Golden Smog thing?
Well, I'd like to say to Chris, I think the album is really exceptional. It's a great album.
Thanks.
And I'd like to also say I only bought it because Gia recommended it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and you weren't disappointed?
Oh, it was a great album.
Oh my God, I'm so
I played it almost every day.
Thank you.
My question is, I'd like to know, who are you influenced by? And do you have a method of songwriting? Any particular method which you go through a process of writing songs?
I think my process for writing songs would probably be, a lot of times the melodies will come first, I think, and I usually just write them on guitar, and then I'll collect things as far as like ideas or things I pick up, and a lot of times I'll write them down and assemble them. Usually the melodies come first, and then I'll add the words later, but sometimes I'll get a line or a phrase that I can build a melody around, so it happens both ways. What was the second part of the question?
Influence.
Oh, influence. Yeah, I think I'm still sort of partial to what I grew up with, like Mott the Hoople, David Bowie, Alice Cooper, Led Zeppelin, The Who, The Kinks, that kind of stuff. But also, I think the punk thing is really was a whole lot of fun. It was a really good time when the Replacements were starting out, the Buzzcocks and the Clash and all those bands, the Sex Pistols. So I think those two combined, I think that's kind of where my head's at.
Good enough. We've got to get back into videos. Coming up, you'll see the Disposable Heroes of Hypocrisy, Language of Violence. That's for Leanne and Brea. And we'll throw Bark Market in there. But right now, here is Red Hot Chili Peppers, Suck My Candy. Mars is my guest today. And I have to ask you, who sang with you on Get Out of My Life?
My wife.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't want to be credited, but she was around and it seemed like it needed a female voice on there, and she tried it, and she did real well. She did it really fast. Bang, knocked it off in a couple takes, I think. So.
That's great. Let's go to the phones. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Ina.
Hi.
Hi, I just have a question for Chris.
Okay.
Okay, it's about your song, Egomaniac.
Uh-huh.
Was that written with Paul Westerberg in mind, by any chance?
I would have to say partially, yeah, but also I think working in the business and touring for 10 years, you tend to run into a lot of personalities, you know, egomaniac type people. So I just figured it would be a nice little anthem for those folks.
That's perfect. What was your favorite Replacements record?
I think I like Let It Be, and I think I like Pleased to Meet Me. I think those are my two favorites.
Let's take another call. That one that I pushed. There you go. Hello.
Yeah, this is Russ from Whittier.
Hi.
Chris, I'd like to say first off, I have your solo album and I enjoyed it immensely. Also, I'd like to say that I was a Replacements fan from the very beginning, and I still look forward to Paul Westerberg's solo projects. A question. I was wondering, in the late 80s, by far the best music in America was coming from Husker Du, you guys, and Magnolias, Soul Asylum, and bands like that. First off, have you heard anything about the Magnolias? Are they still together anymore?
Yeah, they are. They just got done with the record, and they're still banging around. I don't think they tour so much, but they play a lot in Minneapolis. But yeah, they're still going.
What's the situation in Minneapolis? Why is it such fertile ground for such really good college radio type of music?
That's a good question. Long winters, boredom,
water.
sick of shoveling snow.
And I'll tell you what, Left of the Dial has got to be the anthem for every person out there who doesn't. People like myself are 32 years old who refuse to listen to old Doors music and all that hippie stuff.
Right.
Left of the Dial to me will always be an anthem that will always have a place in my heart, and the Replacements will always be my favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks for your call. We didn't mean to cut you off, but thank you very much. It's nice to get those calls.
Yeah.
That's not so bad. We've got to get back into videos. We're running a little bit long. So after these words, you picked two videos. You picked E, Hello, Cruel World.
Nancy Sinatra.
These Boots. Why those two videos?
E, I hadn't seen it, and I want to see it. So, and Nancy Sinatra, I think it's just a good old cheesy video to play.
It is. It's so cheesy. I love it so much. So you're going to see those after these words. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to Request Video. You've been hearing little snippets of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, which is the Chris Mars CD. I'm plugging away at this more so than I do with other ones, because I'm so happy you're here.
Glad to be here.
I knew
Thanks
you would
for
say that,
having me.
because you had to. Some weapons back here. We've got people who want to ask you a couple more questions, because we still have a few minutes left. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
Bill from Long Beach.
Hi, what's your question?
I want to ask Chris about his artwork. It's really cool, and I was wondering, like, who are your influences, or did you go to art school, or what's the deal?
I never had any formal training. It's just something I did sort of as a nervous habit. I've always doodled on desks and never got a whole lot done in school. But some of my favorite artists, I'd say, were like Hieronymus Bosch, Francis Bacon. Who else? Diego Rivera, Frida Kahlo. Those are to name a few.
And you did all the artwork on the CD cover, album cover. And the animated artwork for the Popular Creeps video. But you guys knew that because I told you that once before, and I know you've all been paying attention to every word I say. If you had to sort of choose between one or the other, what do you think you're going to end up giving up first?
As long as I have the opportunity right now to make records. I mean, I'm kind of splitting it 50-50 right now. I'm recording and writing songs and then doing a lot of visual art too, which has kind of been taking off for me. So I think I'll be doing this a lot longer just because of the fact that I'll be able to do it when my bones are sore and when I'm old, where music might be a little bit more hard. So I'll probably end up doing this more.
Are there any shows coming up at all that artwork shows, visual art shows? How do you like that?
Yeah.
That would be coming through LA anytime soon?
Probably not soon. I'm going to have one soon in Minneapolis. I haven't gotten enough galleries or anything like that around the country, but I hope to do that in the future. Try to get a traveling show going.
What about for Horseshoes and Hand Grenades? Are you going to be touring at all? I know we spoke on the phone once and you said, nah, probably not.
As soon as I learn how to sing and play at the same time.
Perfect. Let's take one more call. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
This is Frank from Costa Mesa.
Hi, Frank.
How's it going?
Real good.
This question's for Chris.
Well, that would make sense.
How come or how much material did you write in the replacements?
I think earlier on, the earlier days, or up to Pleased to Meet Me, we practiced as a band together. So a lot of the ideas, like say Alex Chilton, that was a band, a combined effort between the three of us. We would come up with things. A lot of times Paul would, like the slower ballady ones, usually Paul would have those written. But like the more like I Don't Know, stuff like that, the more rock and freeform stuff was usually just came out of practicing and together, and when we stopped doing that, then it after Pleased to Meet Me, that sort of dissipated.
Good enough. Thanks for your phone calls. Your favorite cartoon? What's your favorite cartoon?
Favorite cartoon? Oh my God, I like The Simpsons.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
Have you seen Ren and Stimpy yet?
Yeah, I did see Ren and Stimpy.
That's
Ren and Stimpy.
Okay, that's cool. Gosh, thanks for coming down and talking to us and stuff.
Thanks for having me.
And you can be like our mascot. You can come back anytime because this has been fun. What are your dogs' names? I meant to ask you.
I got a big one named Worthy and a little one named Oliver.
And which one's the scruffy one?
The scruffy one will be in the next video, and his name is Oliver. He's a little tumbleweed dog.
That's so great. Anyway, thanks again. Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, but you guys know that because I say that a lot. I talk about it a lot. Thank you so much. It was really good meeting you in person.
Thanks.
Next week, Rachel Donahue is going to be filling in for me. John Frost from K-Rock, Kevin and Bean from K-Rock, Dangerous Darren from KDOC, Joe from the Vandals. He has no radio station, but don't tell him that. Have a great weekend. We're going to leave you with Ultra Vivid Scene, Mercy Seat for Scooter and Santa Ana, and Leslie and Diamond Bar. And if we have time, we're going to throw Bob Mould in there, See a Little Light as well. I'll see you guys.